Seconds away on Studio 5.
It's the wise men.
Hide quickly.
Hitting the red carpet to meet the all-star cast of The Star.
He's the guy who's a carpenter, he's married to Mary, and then the baby and the thing.
Plus, the man behind the animated film shares strategies for success.
Before you just omit the feeling, pray over it. Say, God, is this you? And in my experience, that usually is God.
And
Whoa, 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 whoa. I believe in you.
Dolly Parton sings a new tune.
I thought, well, why not just go ahead and do this children's album, because it seemed to be the thing to do.
The story behind the music legend's new project is in Studio 5 now. And welcome to Studio 5. It's that time of year again, and we've come all the way to New York City to jumpstart your holiday mood. We've got stories and music to get to, but first, let's begin the countdown of this week's best in uplifting entertainment news. At number 5.
On our way back from shoot around, decided to take a different transportation this time. Where we at, Kyle?
On the train, we had two options. 45-minute bus ride.
45-minute bus ride.
6-minute train.
Or a 6-minute train ride. So we decided to hop on the train with the squad.
That's LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers riding the New York subway ahead of their win against the New York Knicks. By the way, this guy sitting next to LeBron had no idea who he was and got up to change his seat.
Hey, D-Way. Hey, well, we on this train?
Man, we out here, dog.
At number 4.
Country stars just helped raise a lot of money for victims of the concert mass shooting in Las Vegas and those devastated by hurricanes. Sunday night's Country Rising benefit in Nashville took in more than $4 million.
I think this is one of those events that brings it back to the fact that even though a couple weeks, couple months have passed about some of these events, they still need attention and they need relief and they need us to raise our voices and unite together.
And that begins your countdown from New York City this week. The story of Christmas told from the perspective of the animals. That is the premise for the film The Star. And here is your first look.
Hang on! Cyrus! Down
I expected a left turn 2 deserts ago.
These wise guys are lost. That's it. I'm fighting through the rains.
You might call this the greatest story never told. The Star gives us a look at the very first Christmas through the eyes of the animals.
You jump out and create a distraction.
It's a story we've heard so many times, and so if it was going to be worth making a movie about this at all, we had to find a way to present it in a fresh way. And that's where we decided to tell the story from the point of view of the animals.
Animator Timothy Record directs the film, and the star-packed cast of voices.
It's the wise men.
Hide quickly.
The other way.
The other left.
Deborah, are you okay?
Including Tyler Perry, Tracy Morgan, and Oprah Winfrey as camels.
The new king's in danger.
Run for your life!
Get out of the way! Here's a little well-placed distraction.
Whoever thought to write this from the point of view of the animals, I think it's another approach that allows us another way in to be inspired by an ageless, timeless story.
Bo?
Mary, you're in danger. You need to listen to what I'm about to say extremely carefully.
You ever feel like he's trying to talk to us?
Gina Rodriguez is the voice of Mary. Where do you go to play an animated Mother of Jesus? Where do you research?
There you go. Yeah, I mean, where do you research? You know, I grew up with a nativity story. So I am very aware of the story, like it's ingrained in me. I had seen some version of it every Christmas with my grandmother or my mother. And so for me, the story was second nature, if you will. Playing Mary was playing my mother, playing my grandmother, playing my sisters. These women that I see give of themselves every single day. So it was very easy to pull from my real life.
It seems it was a bit of a tribute to your grandmother. Is that fair to say?
I would say that everything's a tribute to my grandmother,
Oh,
but
wow.
definitely this is a tribute to my grandmother. It's an opportunity for my whole family to get together and watch a project that I've done. For my grandmother to be the last standing matriarch of our family, the only grandparent I have left. it is my gift to her to like kind of like oversee like all that we've done, and she has an opportunity to be with all of us.
And you've watched her live out her faith.
I mean, every day. Still does. Yeah.
I'm Joseph. I'm in a bad mood.
Wait. Is that supposed to be me?
Zachary Levi is the voice of Joseph. Joseph, in animation, where do you go to prepare?
The source material is pretty much all you have to work with. And even in the source material, there's not much to go on. It's a lot of bullet points. But that's kind of a fun license to create, you know. It's not like a character like Paul. There's a bunch of source material on, and then everyone's gonna have their 2 cents of who they think Paul really was. With Joseph, everyone's like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he was a guy who was a carpenter, he was married to Mary, and then the baby and the thing. But I think ultimately, you go to the same place that anyone else would go to when we are struck with. We had an idea of what our life was gonna be, and then it wasn't. Yeah. And it wasn't not because we did something, but because something else has happened to us. And then where do we go? Typically, we start becoming very frustrated and perhaps even angry, going, what is this? Why did you do this to me? I've been good, I've done this, I've done that, I haven't done those other things. But we can all still identify with the human level of that frustration and that wrestling with God. You know, and also as a person of faith, you know, knowing what it's like to wrestle with the Creator and also try and find peace beyond understanding.
Can you help me?
I got you. I'm gonna chew him free.
Woody, no. Try biting the...
I know. I'll sing you free.
That was beautiful.
In terms of telling this story, personally, what has it meant to you? I mean, because we all grew up with this story, and now you get to possibly contribute a holiday tradition to many families.
When I was growing up, we had a box of tapes that we would take out and watch every Christmas, and none of those tapes that the kids wanted to watch were actually about the birth of Jesus. We had plenty of Santa Claus movies, we had Christmas Carol, but where was the animated film about the birth of Jesus? Just so wonderful to be part of something, of bringing a movie into existence that I didn't have as a kid, that I wish I did.
Do you want a belly rub?
The Star is in American theaters Friday, November 17th. For 5 things you may not know about the film, be sure to check out Studio 5's Facebook page. Still ahead, here on Studio 5.
I wouldn't say it's the only commandment that matters, but it's the first commandment.
The Star's producer, DeVon Franklin, shares his Hollywood commandments.
The other part that's so important is that when the world is smaller than you think, you cannot burn a bridge.
And welcome back to Studio 5 for a special edition coming to you this week from New York City. We're here to jumpstart your holiday mood. But right now, let's continue the countdown of the best headlines in uplifting entertainment news. At number 3. Oprah sings. Home video recordings are making the rounds following the media mogul's appearance on the Harry Connick Jr. Show.
You do the thing that I couldn't do. You can sing, and you can make music, and you can bring entertainment and joy and laughter to people in a way that really is its own medicine.
At number 2.
It's Christmas in November, literally. Mariah Carey's animated feature, All I Want for Christmas Is You, based on her smash hit song. It's out on DVD, digital, and on demand.
It brings you back to the first time you heard it, and also as it becomes a part of people's lives, like the soundtrack to like maybe at least one holiday moment, and hopefully it's a good memory.
And speaking of music and memories, Mariah lends her voice and writing talent to the new holiday film, The Star.
What really amazed me was how well her song goes with the movie.
Nicely done.
I thought so.
The Star is a movie about the real reason for the holiday season. And since it's told from the animals' perspective, there's a lot of humor and fun for the entire family.
And that leaves only one more headline in the countdown. We'll get to that in just a bit. For this week's Studio 5 interview, we're bringing you the man behind the film you saw earlier, The Star, talking about DeVon Franklin. He's got 5 of the 10 commandments you need to know to be successful in life. DeVon travels the country sharing his story and wisdom from the pages of his latest book, The Hollywood Commandments, a spiritual guide to secular success.
At the start of your book, you highlight the 10 core commandments. So this is Studio 5, so I like to work in the number 5. I want to give you 5 of those commandments and get your reaction. First one, your prayers alone are not enough.
This commandment is all about how we have to pray and prepare. Too often we pray and then we don't get up and work for what we just prayed for. And sometimes I believe that our prayers actually mask our fears because we're afraid to go and do. So when someone says, hey, what are you doing about that? Oh, I'm praying on it. That's cool. But God is not going to give us what we have the ability to get ourselves. Faith without works is dead. Faith with works is alive. So I believe that that first commandment is all about, yes, you have to pray, but alongside your prayer, put some preparation. Get up and work for it because you're expecting God to do it. If you invite a guest over your house and they RSVP and say they're coming, what do? You get the house ready. Why? Because you know it's on the way. Same thing with our prayers. We believe the blessing is coming. So we got to get our life ready to receive it.
Number 2, you are the talent.
Yes, you are the talent. This is how to get your mind right. Too often we service other people's talent at the expense of recognizing our own. And I come across so many people, even myself, I've been there, where I'm looking at somebody else and say, oh, I wish I had what they have. Instead of saying, well, no, I'm already the talent. God has given me a gift. God has given me the ability to manifest that gift. So yes, service is important. So I will always be in position to service someone else's talent, yet I can still recognize my own even as I'm servicing someone else's. Really important to have a talent mentality, which is confidence, which is feeling good about who God has created us to be, and then knowing we have a gift that the world will benefit from.
Number 3, your gut is hiding God.
God does not always speak in a yell. Sometimes he speaks in a whisper. And a lot of times he will tell us something. We'll feel it like, oh, why do I feel like I need to do that? But then here's what happens. The facts start to get in the way. Oh, well, I think I need to do this, but I don't have the money. I don't have the education. I don't have the network. But this feeling, I can't let go. I would argue, before you just omit the feeling, pray over it and say, God, is this you? And in my experience, that usually is God calling us in to do something that will benefit us, but it's going to take a challenge. Never have I had a gut feeling that didn't require me to get uncomfortable. Too many times we value comfort, but I believe comfort leads to complacency. So this commandment is all about listening to what you hear. And when you hear it, have the faith to act on it.
The next one, you must master the walk of fame.
Yes, you must master the walk of fame. And what this is too often we look at fame as a concept for celebrities. It's not true. Fame is basically notoriety for what you do. So all of us and any of us have a measure of fame. So if you walk down the hall of your office or you walk down the street of your neighborhood and people recognize you, you are famous to a degree. So we all then are subject to the downside of fame. I believe that fame is a fight for praise. We were created to give praise, not receive it. It's not about fearing success. It's about, okay, I'm going to be successful, but how do I handle the notoriety as it comes? It's about praise management. It's about giving the praise back to where it comes from and to who it is really due.
And finally, the 5th commandment, your world is smaller than you think.
Yeah, your world is smaller than you think. I wanted to write this commandment because too often we think that there's a long distance between where we are and where we want to be. And when we look at it in the way that God sees it, think about God, right? So here we are, we're looking at the map of our life, and here we are, and here's where we want to be. But go look at heaven's view, look at God's view. Okay, when you look at that map, you're right there. So that's why I wanted to write this commandment, because we are closer than we think to where it is we want to be and where God wants us to be. When the world is smaller than you think, you cannot burn a bridge, because you never know when you have to cross it again. And your reputation matters. Too often we make a misjudgment. Oh, I don't need this person. Oh, I don't have to worry about this, because I'm not really doing the thing I want to do. Or, these people aren't going to matter because I'm going to go do that. It all matters. Your reputation is your calling card. Character counts. So in a small world, people talk. So you got to know that. So it means showing up every day, operating with character, integrity, and respect, and not treating people based upon who you think they are, but treating people equally, because that will help you succeed and propel you to where God wants you to be.
DeVon's book, The Hollywood Commandments, is in bookstores right now.
And still to come.
Would you kids like to hear one of the songs from the CD?
She's the queen of country music, and she's sharing the mission behind her new songs.
And welcome back to Studio 5, coming to you from New York City. We're here to put you in the holiday mood. So let's continue the countdown of the best headlines and uplifting entertainment. Here's the final one.
At number 1.
Woke up in the cell, where am I at? Yeah, it's cold, but I like that. What am I trapped? Heart's beating out of my chest.
Christian rapper NF spent a week in October as the best-selling musician in the entire country.
I live for the world. I live for the king. I live for the king. Focus.
With his third full-length studio album, Perception.
Father, forgive me, for I am a sinner, but you gave me music as medicine.
Hip-hop, to me, always has been competitive. So I like to make music that challenges, you know, not any rapper specifically necessarily, but just hip-hop artists in general.
That wraps the countdown and brings us to our next guest, a dear friend of Studio 5, Dolly Parton. She never had any children of her own, but she loves children dearly, and she's got some new music for them.
The CD is called I Believe in You.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I can do it, so can you. Whoa, 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 whoa. I believe in you.
Dolly Parton has been making hits for all ages for more than 50 years.
If I should stay, well, I would only be in your way.
Her latest project is a collection of songs written especially for her younger fans.
And so I've racked up all these songs through the years, even writing songs for my nieces, nephews, and just for kids in general. And so it just seemed to be the right time.
Proceeds from the new album benefit Dolly's literacy program, the Imagination Library, which gives books to children from birth until kindergarten.
When I found out that we were just about to give away our 100 millionth book, I thought, well, why not just go ahead and do this children's album, because it seemed to be the thing to do.
And the songs come from a very personal place.
As a matter of fact, a couple of the songs that are very important to me in the I Believe in You CD is the song Chemo Hero, which I had a little niece, Hannah Dennison, who had chemo when she was like 4, and she had a real hard time till she was about 9 years old. So I used to write all these songs for her, put them on cassette, and for her to listen to while she was, recuperating.
I'm a chemo hero, yeah, yeah, and that's a fact, yeah, yeah.
Her niece, now in her late 20s, joined Dolly as she released the album at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital in Nashville, the same place she fought cancer as a child. The music legend marked the occasion with a $1 million gift.
That's something that'll help a little bit.
I Believe in You comes after the success of Dolly's 2 television movies, The Coat of Many Colors and Dolly Parton's Christmas of Many Colors, Circle of Love.
Well, you do have a colorful way with words, Miss Dolly.
Oh, thank you, Miss Moody, so do you.
Dolly says her faith always plays a role in her work.
My faith has always been so important to me. I mean, I grew up in a very religious family, actually. My grandpa was a preacher. I'm not religious as much as I'm just spiritual. I do have a lot of faith. I pray every day. I pray about everything. I ask God to lead me and guide me in all the decisions that I make, and to bring all the good and right people into my life, and to let me do something to glorify God and to uplift mankind. That's my desire. That's my dream.
At a young 71, Dolly has no plans of slowing down.
Dreamed myself into a corner. I have all these projects, all these dreams that have come true, so I have to be responsible for them. And so many things I still want to do. I want to work. I love to work. I'm not the kind of person that could just sit around and not work.
Working 9 to 5.
And speaking of work, the big question, will those future projects include a 9 to 5 sequel?
I don't know if we'll ever do a sequel on 9 to 5 with Jane and Lily. We talked about it for many years, but I make jokes now that it'd probably have to be called 95, instead of 925 because we're all getting so much older. But they could do one. We talked about having some younger people, and maybe we could, you know, come in as the old people that used to be there or something. There are ways to do it.
Dolly's I Still Believe CD is available right now. Still ahead on Studio 5.
A little moment to pray. Our Sunday mornings always started that way. And
an inspiring word from Today Show host Kathy Lee Gifford. Welcome back to this special edition of Studio 5, coming to you this week from New York City. We're almost out of time for this episode, so let's look ahead right now to next week. Denzel Washington delivers a transformative performance in Roman J. Israel Esquire.
Oh, I would like to address it now. I'm just saying, Mr. Israel, if guards in this courtroom would not allow you to use the bathroom, you would, by all definition, be detained.
I'm going to hold you in contempt if you continue to pursue this.
Israel is an activist attorney, and Washington believes it's important he use his platform to shine a light on his Christian faith.
Try to be an agent for good. You know, that's what I'm all about now. I'm in the service business.
Does faith require activism?
Well, you have to use your gifts. You know, faith without works is nothing.
And that's just one story from next week's rundown. Hope you'll join us for that. As for the final word for this show, I'm giving that to Kathy Lee Gifford. She's got a powerful message about staying steady in turbulent times.
if I didn't believe that God is sovereign in all things, I would have been in the loony bin years ago. His ways are not our ways, his thoughts are not our thoughts, and we have to trust that he has it in control, even when everything seems out of control. That he is a loving God. People say to me all the time, how could a loving God allow this to happen? And I always say, well, a loving God loved us enough to give us freedom of will. And nobody that has received the sovereignty of God and the love of God into their hearts bears that kind of evil in their heart towards any other human being. Some people choose to use their freedom to harm and to hurt. The exact opposite of Jesus. That's the antithesis of Jesus.
That's a great word, Kathy Lee. God is indeed in control. That is the final word for this edition of Studio 5. Until next time, reach out and touch me at Ephraim Graham on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. And you be sure to come on back and see where Studio 5 takes you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.